Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Thank you for joining me today as I share with you my Tracie Fox guest design team project. What I've created is a tab book consisting of 20 pages, including the front and back covers. She is 6.5 inches tall and 3 3/4 inches wide. And in this book, I have used, let's see, more like 7 or 8 of Tracie's digital kits. I have linked all of the kits down below in the description box, as well as all of Tracie's links, her Facebook, website, Etsy shop, and Instagram. And also included is the link to the Fox Creative design team members. So please be sure to check those folks out. Lots of creativity there. Okay, let's take a look. She is bound here. I've used fabric strips. This is vintage cream colored ticking for the binding. And on the front here, the focal piece here I have on top is, I believe that's from Bumper Florals. Yes, Bumper Florals. I have, underneath that, I have layered coffee dyed cheesecloth, as well as some coffee dyed cardstock here, which I have stenciled on and colored using liquid acrylic ink. I believe it's avocado green. There may be some umber in there as well, likely so, because I can see the brown. And did some stamping up underneath. I've sewn around that, and underneath that layer is a piece of rust dyed muslin. You can see I have incorporated a lot of sewing in this little book. I love to sew in my projects. I think it gives great texture and lots of interest. And not to mention, I love the strings. I just love the strings. Okay, let's take a look inside. Oh, and down here I've punched 2 holes, pressed some black eyelets in there, and threaded some jute string through it to give it another little added touch. And then down here you'll find some rub-ons that I used. I've used them throughout the book. How I created the pages was from all the digitals. I collaged manila file folders, cut them to size, and then I backed them because I wanted some blank pages, some blank, some clear space for some journaling or writing. So those pages I used the Tattered Paint Pages set 1, I believe. Yes. Okay, let's start on the inside cover. Again, just layered up some of Tracie's ephemera here. I believe this is either from, I believe this could be from the Orange Hues ephemera digital, or the Fabulous Floral Flourishes. Not sure, but like I said, the links to all the digitals are in the description box down below. And under that, I have layered a piece of card that is embossed and distressed. You can kind of see it there. And of course, have sewn around the layers. Down here in the bottom, I have one of Tracie's butterflies from one of the digitals, not sure which. I have embossed it. You can see the gloss there with vintage beeswax. And over on this side, I've created a belly band with a piece that was left over from the collage and have just sewn some straight stitching down it there, you know, down the entire strip. That gives you like lots of little threads up at the top as well as the bottom. And I think, you know, I think it looks really nice. I like the way it looks. You can see the collage there in the back, the collage page. That's what I liked about using collage pages, because you don't have to do a whole lot to the pages because they're beautiful as they are. So you don't have to add a whole lot, but you can if you want. Here I've made a journaling card. This was from the Orange Hue ephemera kit, digital kit, with some of her labels, number strip snips, I believe, and have just backed it with some coffee dyed paper. Nice little journaling spot. Again, I've sewed down the pages. I have sewn down the pages, forgive me, in a zigzag stitch. Alrighty, flipping over. Fiddly fiddly. These are the painty tattered paint pages that I was telling you about. They're by no means blank. What I meant was there are no images, and so it provides a nice space for journaling. Over on this page, I have here a botanical die cut with a little strip of faux vintage tape here down at the bottom. And again, some rub-ons. And this little label up here I cut out from one of the digitals, not sure which. And just added, you know, some rub-ons there. Over to the next page, I have a side pocket here, used from one of the leftover pieces of the collaged manila file folder. Some rub-ons at the top there. Of course, I've sewn around it. And here I've made a tag, which was also a leftover piece from the collaged manila folders. Just put a little sticker on top there. And this label that you see here, it was in fact cut, it was an element in one of the digital pages. And that's what I like about a lot of Tracie's digitals. You can use them perfectly fine as a whole on their own, or you can pick and choose and cut separate elements out using them for ephemera, which I think is very nice. And again, that's backed with some coffee dyed paper and a little mini paper clip here at the top. On this side, I've layered up some more of the ephemera from one of the digitals, and I have backed it with a piece of muslin and frayed it. Again, some rub-ons and another one of Tracie's labels. Some more rub-ons up here in the top corner. I love them. I love using rub-ons. This particular journaling card was made from the Sketchbook Pages digital kit. And this one here, I'm not sure which kit that's from, but that is an element there that I cut out. It was one of the ephemera kits. It's just layered up there. Another little label there underneath. I did some stitching around that little focal point and some messy stitching around the card here. And it's just backed with some craft paper. And it's tucked in a side pocket that I've made here with some filet crochet. Love the way it hangs over the edges there to give it a little more texture. And here we have a 2-page spread, and I have purposefully left these blank, like no added ephemera. These are just the pages as I collaged them. Look how fantastic they look. I love it. So at a later time, you can go back in and add some layering or some pockets, or you can just leave it as it is. Here on the side, I have created a fabric tab with some zigzag stitching. Flipping over to the next 2 pages, I have an element up here. I believe this could, and I don't think I linked this digital below. That I believe is an image maybe from the Tag fabrication collab that she did with Artie Mays. It was a layered tag digital. It was an awesome digital. I think gosh, that was maybe 2 years ago she did that. I'm not sure. But it's fantastic. It had all kinds of ephemera. Just a really nice kit. Again, it was called, I believe it was Tag Fabrication or Tag Fab Collab. It was one that, like I said, one that she had done with Artie Mays. On this side, I have a corner tuck or corner pocket on some black card and embossed with platinum embossing powder. I embossed it with a script stamp. And then here is a tag. Again, another botanical cutout with a little label, some messy stitching, and more rub-ons. And I've backed it with some coffee dyed vellum. The next 2 pages I have here, I have left, again, aside from this envelope here, I believe it's from Specimen Catalog Tags. The little focal point here is an image from the Bumper Florals. And again, another little element from one of Tracie's digitals. And the coffee stains that you see here on the envelope, those are rub-ons. Nice. I really loved this digital kit here. It was really nice. It was ephemera. It could have been the, oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And then again, another element from one of her digitals that I backed with some crinkly brown packaging paper and have sewn on it. Love that piece right there. It just slides right in our envelope. And I'll clip that back in a bit. But like I said, I love this. When you collage using a variety of her digital kits, you've got a very nice page just like that. I did put some washi down here just because I wanted to add a little something extra. And then these 2 pages, again, I left this side as it was with the exception of just this little number strip snip, I believe, is the digital that came from. And just did some sewing down the side of the page here. And over here, I've created a fabric flip. I love putting fabric flips in my journal. I can incorporate my fabric as well as my sewing, and it gives it nice texture, and it provides a little spot for secret journaling. Alrighty. This is probably my favorite in the whole book. I used, these are from the Orange Hues ephemera digital, and I've just cut out different elements and collaged them on the page, added a little washi, and then I also embossed, you can see it there, I stamped in using a leaf print and then embossed it in some embossing glaze in a green. And then over on this side, again, another element from the digital with some washi tape. And I have sewn around and added some faux vintage tape. I keep really messing that up, don't I? And then down here we have a label, some more rub-ons. I love this page. And here, another simple 2-page spread. I left it as it was, with the exception of the botanical florals here in the corner, which is a rub-on. Continuing on here, I've zigzagged down, did a zigzag stitch on some fabric and glued it to the side of the page. Another way I like to incorporate fabric into my journals. And then over here in this corner, a botanical rub-on. And see, without adding, or just adding 1 or 2 items, it looks fantastic as it is. Or at a later date, you can go back and add some more. This page, again, a collage, a layering collage that I did on top of the collage page. This is from the Bumper Florals kit. A label here that was cut out from one of the digitals. Some more rub-ons here and at the top. And again, these 2 elements here were cut out from the digital and placed to add, to the layering effect. A fabric tab over here. And down in this corner, again, I have punched and added 2 smaller black eyelets and threaded some jute string through it. I love that look. And here we have little mini paper clip. Another envelope from the same digital that the other envelope was from. I've just included just a little element there that's backed. And it just, you just clip it to the side of the page. I'll set that over there and put it back when I'm finished. And on this side, I loved this, the way this collage turned out. Just look how fantastic that is. And the great thing about Tracie's digitals is that they all play well together. So you can mix and match. And these 2 pages, I have created a flip out here using a strip of coffee dyed cotton. Did some zigzag sewing. And on the end here, I've added a whale tail tab just to indicate that this is an interactive page and this needs to flip. And then you have some journaling space here as well as this page. I did some stamping just to add some interest. And again, over here I have a botanical cutout. And that, the tag fabrication collaboration digital kit that I was telling you about. This is 2 of the tags from that digital right here. And if you don't have a sewing machine or don't know how to sew, no problem. That particular digital right there, the stitching is on the actual print. That was a really fantastic kit. One of my favorites. Down here, some rub-ons. And again, I've sewn down the page just to add some interest. And here we have a 2-page spread. I loved this page here from the Tattered Paint Pages, set 1. I've added some rub-ons that look like coffee coffee spills or stains or from the bottom of your coffee cup. And down in this corner, I've created a fabric cluster using 3 buttons. I have a little bit of coffee dyed cheesecloth underneath there. And on this side, I've created a tag. I believe that's from Fabulous Floral Flourishes. Not sure. I don't have them memorized. And I've topped that up there with a piece of rust-colored sari and added some washi tape, torn washi tape down the side. And, of course, it's backed with some coffee-dyed paper and some stamping. And again, you can see here those rub-ons, the coffee-stained rub-ons. And in this corner, I have a piece of torn out embossed card, craft card. I embossed it and then I distressed it a little bit with some ink. Down here I have one of Tracie's labels from one of the kids, as well as a butterfly that I embossed with the vintage beeswax. You can see it there. And this page, again, I've sewn down the side here. I tried not to get too carried away. And I love using black thread. I love using black thread. Over here, I have a pocket created out of an embossed piece of card. Again, distressed with some ink. Here, an image from one of Tracie's digitals, and it's backed with, it's backed on some card. And underneath that, I have some coffee dyed cheesecloth. And then we have a tag here. This tag was part, I do know this. This tag was part of the Orange Hues Ephemera Digital. And then I have one of her cutouts up at the top there. And this particular digital, it had elements on there already, so that is not a piece that I've added. That was part of the digital. But look how fantastic it looks, giving it a layered look. And then down here, again, a label from her number strip snips. And that's what I was talking about. This particular digital here, it had these elements already there. So that was nice. Continuing on. Again, I've left this page simple as it is, the paper, so you can do some writing if you're a journaler. And on this side, I have clipped in an over the page flip tag. This particular print was used from the sketchbook pages digital. Layered it up here with a little bird, as well as a red label there. Have some, I was going to say rub-ons, but actually that's stamping. And then the flip side of that, again, another image from the sketchbook pages digital. And I've layered up a few of her pieces down here. I did some zigzag stitching on the tag on this side and on this side, just straight stitching. And on the inside, I have some vintage ledger sheets or ledger paper, and I did a little stamping on that as well. And so as you can see, I left this collage page as it is. This little flip tag dresses it up nicely. And you can add to it at a future date. And again, another fabric tab over here. And you can see how the other side looks. So one piece of ephemera gives you, you know, a nice addition to 2 pages. On this side over here, I have embossed. It's a 3D embossing folder. It's called Doily. I embossed some black cardstock, and then I highlighted the raised areas with, I think, antiqued bronze wax. Try to get it to where you can see it there. It's not really showing up well on the camera, but it has a nice shine to it in person. And then again, I've just created a journaling spot here, a journaling card, with one of the images from the Orange Hue Ephemera kit. Did some sewing, a little rub-on, and backed it with some craft card. And then we're at the last page. Again, you have a nice journaling area here on this side. On this side over here, I've created a pocket from, this is the Sketchbook Ephemera Digital. I just inked around it, put it down, and then this little image right here is from the Plant Book Digital, I believe. And I backed it on some card, added some coffee dyed cheesecloth, and I believe there is a little bit of, I've glued that to some cardboard to kind of give it some dimension. And the tag here in this pocket, this image is from the Sketchbook Ephemera Digital. And again, just a few more pieces layered up here from one of Tracie's digitals. And this particular image, I've sewn around it, and then I backed it to a piece of the tattered paint pages. And then it's waxed with some vintage beeswax, which gives your paper some stability as well as a nice texture. So I enjoyed creating that. And here I have a fabric tab at the top with some zigzag stitching and some really grungy coffee dyed paper there on the back. And she just slides right back here into her pocket. And we have reached the end. And look how fabulous that back page looks. Right? Yes, I love it. So there she is with all of her threads, her fabric, her fantastic images. I really enjoyed creating this. And Tracie, I want to thank you for letting me be a part of the guest design team. I hope you enjoyed the flip through, everyone, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.